Hello and welcome back, everyone. In the last episode, we did one small favor and I almost lost the little bit of sanity that I have left. In this episode, we venture into an area that I have almost no experience with, the wilderness. The wild, untamed land where it's kill or be killed. So let's see how that goes for me. For my general strategy, I wanted to look like the worst target available for any PKers that were out there. So I didn't wear any of my gear, I only brought what was absolutely necessary. That way, if I were to die at the hands of another player, or even the very aggressive monsters that are in the area, it wouldn't be the end of the world, just a minor inconvenience. I will not be making the same mistake of wearing my full graceful in the wilderness again. Once I learned how dumb that was to do, I haven't done it since, because I really don't want to grind that out again. God, I was so new to this game, wasn't I? But that's alright, this is all a learning experience. Speaking of learning, this diary series really took me all over the place and made me learn where things were in the wilderness. I had heard of some of these places like the Altar of Rune or the God Wars dungeon, but I had never been there myself. I learned where those were because I had to. I don't know if I'm alone when I say this, but the wilderness feels pretty empty. Not just player density wise, but also the land itself. I feel like more often than not, I was running around in just kind of an open area. Now, I could make the argument that since the wilderness is so dangerous, there aren't as many people out here, it's more shady businesses and stuff like that, and that makes sense from a story perspective, but as a player, it just felt kind of empty. It's just a lot of running around and not seeing a whole lot of anything. But we arrive at the end of the easy diary entries, and those are completed. And the total amount of deaths and PKs for the easy diaries? Just one. It's not too bad. Now it's time for the medium entries. I have to say, the wilderness entries were some of the fastest that I had completed. It still took me a few hours in total, but overall it was really fast. That's probably because there was no quest requirements that I hadn't already completed. I need to mine some mithril ore in the wilderness. Okay, done. Chop some yew log from an ent in the wilderness. These things look awesome. I've always been a fan of ents and tree beings in fantasy settings. While doing these entries, I felt a lot like that SpongeBob episode where they're working the night shift. It's just a bunch of normal tasks, just in the wilderness, just instead of at night. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you're probably too young to be watching my videos. When did that come out? 2002. Cool. That was 21 years ago. I'm gonna go crawl into a fucking hole now. Specifically this hole right here because I need to enter into the God Wars dungeon. Holy shit, I'm good at segues. Now, normally I have the wiki open with these entries, but being the expert that I am, I didn't really use it at all. And I wish I had because this could have saved me a bit of time. But just know that we'll be coming back here pretty soon. I've got to complete a lap of the agility course in the wilderness. This course is super short. Does that mean the XP rates are pretty good here? More laps an hour means more XP, right? It is kind of a dick move to just place some skeletons here though. Can you PK here? Is this place safe or not? I have so many questions about the wilderness since I've never spent any time here. The only two places that I was really familiar with was Ferox Enclave and the Chaos Altar. Speaking of Ferox, I need to teleport there so I can kill a green dragon. I know there's a spawn just north of it, so I equip my anti-fire shield. So you may have noticed my gear while doing the entries. I had an epiphany that since I'm getting free gear that I can replace whenever I want, I decided that I'm going to go ahead and use that for my gear in the wilderness because if I were to die, I wouldn't really lose anything other than just a bit of my time reclaiming all of the different pieces. I thought this was a brilliant idea. Let's see how that plays out for me. Here's where someone in the comments tells me that if I get PK'd with all my diary gear, like the diaries get reset or some shit like that. Oh well, let's get to killing. First, the green dragon, simple enough. Then an Anku, which I remember running past all those times I did dragon bone runs. Guys, I think I'm actually learning how to play this game. That's nuts. The Anku is dead, and now I need to charge an earth orb. I look up how to do that because I don't know how to play this game at all. And okay, it looks like I need to get some earth runes, some cosmic runes, and an unpowered orb, and to be near the earth obelisk in the Edgeville dungeon. I save spot behind this pillar and have a bit of trouble figuring out what I need to do, but we get there in the end nonetheless. Now I need to kill a Bloodveld in the Wilderness God Wars dungeon. Remember when I said we'd be back? Yeah, now's the time. I get my gear back on, bring some food in order to get this done. Man, this place is fucking mean. I got lucky to only have melee creatures hit me here so I can have prey melee up, but entering this dungeon was a close call. Alright, cool. The Bloodveld is dead, and now we just need to leave. And I'm dead. Fuck. Okay, well, let's go test out our theory. And I forgot to record me picking up all of my gear, but I was able to retrieve all of it once again with no problem. So it worked out exactly how I thought it would. Nice, I'm the fucking best. Talked to this guy about emblems. I don't really know what that means, but here we are. He's been talked to. Now I need to smith a gold helmet in the resource area. No problem at all. Let me just make my way over to the mage arena. Nah, shit, I need a knife. Okay, let me hop worlds until I find one that has the web slashed away already. All right, cool. Got some ore and a pickaxe just in case, and now I need to head over to the resource area. Oh, I need to pay to enter. Shit. Okay, back to the mage arena. Let me check how much it costs. 7,500 GP. Holy shit, that's expensive, don't you think? Fine, whatever. Just let me in. Okay, I can smelt the gold here, no problem. And I forgot a hammer. I hate it here. Cool. Back to mage arena to get the hammer. Another 7,500 spent. Now I can finally make the helmet. Wait. What? What do you mean? Where's my crafting menu? I had no idea what was happening here, so I had to look it up, and as it turns out, you can only have one gold helmet at a time. Why? I've got no fucking clue, because those are the rules, I guess? So, once again, I head back into the mage arena, discard my helmet that's in my bank, pay another 7,500 gold, and then finally have this helmet made. This step is the one that took me the longest. For no good reason other than I just kept forgetting shit. For no other good reason than I just kept forgetting shit. And the game has a weird arbitrary rule about having more than one gold helmet. There are people who collect burnt food and have millions of them in their bank. But 2 gold helmets? No, fuck you, you criminal. Only 1 is allowed. The last entry is to open a muddy chest in the lava maze. This time I looked ahead to see if there were any classic Runescape shenanigans, and there was. Kind of. I just have to kill some chaos dwarves in order to get the key for the muddy chest. That's not a problem. And because I'm awful, I didn't record the original kill, so here's me getting another one for posterity's sake. No joke, for the first key it took me 1 kill. But we got the key and you can all see it, and we make our way into the lava maze. Pretty simple stuff, running around past these enemies and opening up the chest, and we get nothing very good, to be honest. But that's alright. Instead of running back, this demon here is going to kill me and send me back home. Alright, any day now. I'm kicking the shit out of this dude's ankles. Finally, I'm dead, thank God. We return to the Lesser Fanatic and claim our second sword and get these rewards. The total amount of PKs in this video? 0. I barely saw anybody. I don't know, it was probably the world that I'm on, but I saw almost no other people in the wilderness. It was wild. And that, my friends, is all of the medium diaries complete. We have a full set of gear and this extra banner. We've done it. It might not seem like the biggest achievement compared to getting a fire cape done, but I have to say I really enjoyed running around this game. Each of the diaries let me explore a part of the game and interact with NPCs and areas that I had never really been before. I maintain that they're a great way for new players to be introduced into the different zones of the game and to teach them how to play. They give you good teleports, good map knowledge, and they're just an excellent tool for someone who's trying to get into RuneScape because it's such a deep and daunting game. And that is where we are going to end, for now at least. I have some ideas for what is to come in my RuneScape career, some more goals in mind for the account, and I'll be working on that in the background. But for now, this is going to be the end of Season 2. I want to say thank you to everyone that has watched, commented, subscribed, and supported in their own way. I never really thought that I would get any sort of audience making these things, and you all changed that. Just like in Season 1, there's going to be a bit of a break in RuneScape content, but I'll be doing my very best to put out other stuff that fills in the gaps. Until then, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in Season 3. Goodbye.